Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial. We already know what a servlet is. A servlet is the main component in Java web technology. Now in order to understand more about the servlet, we need to look at the servlet API. So API is what? API is a collection of interfaces and classes that we can use in our code writing. So if you look over here in this picture, you can see that at the bottom the rectangular thing is being defined as an interface. This elliptical is an abstract class, and this rounded rectangular is a class. And then this arrow, line with arrow, means this is extending, and of course when we are extending, we are saying this is extending to an abstract class. And then this dotted line means this is implementing, and implementing means this is implementing an interface. Now let's move into the upper part of the picture, and you can see that this rectangular thing is representing the servlet, which is an interface, and this is at the very core of the servlet API. That means whatever servlet we are going to write in our application is going to use the servlet interface directly or indirectly. And then you can see that there is a generic servlet which is elliptical. That means this is an abstract class, and this is implementing the servlet interface. And then this servlet, or this generic servlet, is implementing another interface, that is the servlet config that you can see from here. What is the servlet config? We will talk about that. Now if you look at over here on the left hand side, all the interfaces such as servlet config, servlet context, servlet request, servlet response filter, these are coming from one package that is called the javax.servlet. Now this generic servlet is also implementing the IO serializable, okay, and we know that this generic servlet is also coming from the object class, because we know that any class in Java is derived from the object class. So the generic servlet do have also the exceptions, and these are the servlet exceptions. Okay, so that's a very short description of our servlet API. Again, remember that the core is servlet interface, and the abstract class is the generic servlet. And this generic servlet is very important, because whenever we are going to write our application, or whenever we are going to write a servlet, we are going to use the HTTP servlet, and this HTTP servlet is coming from the generic servlet. So let's say that we are going to write a servlet called my servlet. Okay, so let me write my servlet. So what is this my servlet and how it is coming? As I said before, that this should be part of your HTTP servlet. And what is an HTTP servlet? This is something more designed for our communication, or for our web communication purposes. Now if we look at the hierarchy, it's become like this, that we have the servlet, and then we have the generic servlet, and then we have the HTTP servlet, and then we have our my servlet. This is an interface, this is an abstract class, okay, and this is a class, and then this is my servlet, is a my own implementation. Okay, so we just need to focus on that this HTTP servlet, because from here we get everything to write our own servlet. Okay, so this one is coming from javax.servlet package, these two, and this one as well, but this one is coming from javax.servlet.http package. Okay, so again I'm saying that in order to write my application I need to focus on this one more. Okay, so that's all about